And everybody fade out except for James, including me, and I'm going to mute. And the order is in the box once again, so look at that. The person talking will freeze and then fade out, then the new person will join. And James, you're muted. Unmute. And starting webinar right about now. Wait till the go. And go.
Good evening and welcome. This is Pan Theater's show number 233 online. Can you believe it? We've been at it a while. In fact, we've been at it 21 years. And you know what that means? We have freedom to create, freedom to indulge, and to indulge you with this storytelling, improv, and more show. I'd like to remind you, Pan Theater, located in the city center of Oakland, steps from the BART Center, has auditions in the month of March. Please check the website. There's auditions also for Improv 101, a special class for beginners and experienced people that would like to sharpen their skills in the art. Again, we'd like to welcome you to storytelling, improv, and more. Tonight, we have a list and host of different stories that people have come up with, either from their real life or from some part of their life in some way, shape, or form. We'd like to start this evening with just introducing our panelists here, our panel of theater. If you guys would all like to come out and maybe introduce yourself so our audience members can have a look at the whole group together. We are a fascinating bunch, I must say. Hi, everybody. If you'd like to unmute your mic real quick and just say hi, we'll get along with our show. Sarah, how are you?
Hi, I'm well, thank you. I'm Sarah Elovich, excited to do stories tonight. Hi, everybody, and welcome.
Hi, I'm John. Jeff. That's John. I'm Jeff. John, go ahead.
Hi, I'm John Linneball, and I'm also part of Pan Theater, and I will be giving a little story and poem later on.
And I'm
Hi,
Jeff.
everybody. Go ahead, Jeff.
That's
Sorry.
Lori. Lori, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Lori. Thanks, Jeff. So I'm excited for story time. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Daniel, you're last, but not least, right after Jeff.
Definitely.
Hi, I'm Jeff. I've been with Pan Theater for a while. And I'm going to tell you a story from my life.
All right, let's get on with our show. First up tonight, we're going to hear from Lori. Lori, go ahead and take it away.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to tell you the story of my magical move to Minnesota. Hey. What's that? Magic? You don't believe in magic? Well, I really hope by the end of my story that some way, somehow, a small shred of possibility will make you believe. So just a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Illinois. I'm a good Midwestern gal. And true to Midwestern form, I have a really strong work ethic and also very, very practical. And this story takes place like a year and a half out of college. So I was getting a little bored. I wasn't really happy with my life in Illinois. And my two best friends live in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, Rick and Shirley, and they were newlyweds. And they said to me, "Hey, Lori, what do you think about moving to Minnesota? We'd have a great time, and you're only 6 hours from Chicago. So if you got homesick, you could drive home." And I was like, wow, that's a great idea. But then the practical side got a hold of me, and I was like, before I move, I will really feel more comfortable if I had a job, if I had a place to live, because they were newlyweds. I knew I could stay with them for a bit, but I would really like a place of my own. And then in the back of my head, I was thinking, how am I going to get all my stuff from Illinois to Minnesota? So back then, I knew that if you interviewed with airlines, they would fly you out. And Northwest Airlines was based in St. Paul, Minneapolis. So I applied for a job there, and they did fly me out for an interview. And while I was there, I also lined up other interviews. So I ended up getting a job at Calhoun Beach Club, which was the swanky club by Lake of the Isles in Minneapolis. So I was like, okay, check one, box checked. I got a job, I can support myself. And then I was thinking about a place to live, and Rick and Shirley lived in North Minneapolis, and they're like, hey, we think a tenant's moving out. So they talked to their landlord, Daryl, and asked if that was true, if somebody was moving out, and if they could pass on an application to me. And he was so excited. Daryl was like, oh, that's so great, because then he wouldn't miss any month rent. And there was a tenant moving out. So, and how cool is that? I get to live next to my best friends. So check on a living situation. So the third one was a little trickier. I didn't know how I was going to get my stuff from Illinois to Minnesota. And I had some furniture and other items. So we were brainstorming about it. And we thought, well, do we rent a U-Haul? How can I do this? And then Shirley worked for this family. She used to be a nanny, and they had a business, and they did some business in Chicago. So she thought, I'm going to check with them. Maybe they know how you can get your stuff from Illinois to Minnesota. So this was a long time ago. There was no smartphones or iPhones. So she calls me up. She's like, Lori, you're never going to believe what happened. And I'm like, what happened, Shirley girl? What happened? And she's like, well, Libby. So Libby was the mom of this family that she worked for. And Libby told Shirley that they did indeed, they drove a big semi to Chicago every Wednesday, and they had a window and door company. So they took their product down to the Chicagoland area, and the semi, the big truck, would go back up to Minneapolis with nothing in it. So she told Shirl Girl that if I could get my stuff to her business, and if I would sign a waiver release, that she would take my stuff back up to Minneapolis, and then Rick and Shirley would unload it in my new apartment. And then the best part of all, she's like, you're never going to believe where her business is, Lori. You're never going to believe. And I'm like, where? So can you guys guess? So her business was in the outskirts of my hometown. Like, I mean, what are the odds? What are the odds of that happening? Like a big old semi, all I have to do is get my stuff there, and they're going to sweep it away to my new apartment in Minneapolis. So again, I know some of you might say, well, you did that. You found the job, and they helped you with the housing. But I mean, the third one, are you kidding me? So, this is just part one of my magical move to Minnesota. I have many magical memories in Minneapolis. So I have part 2 and part 3. But this story gives me goosebumps. And I hope it helps you, believe in magic. Thanks for listening, guys.
So, when I was I did a show live at Pan Theater a couple of times, and one of them, I'm from Maryland originally, and one of them I thought it'd be fun to um, invite these two girls, Emma and Julia. So I invite both of them, and they come. So after the show, I said to both of them, "What was your favorite part of the show?" And they said, "Well, when you used swear words." And I'm like, "Really? That was your favorite part of the show?" And then they were like, "Well, thank you for coming." And I'm like, "So," I said to Emma and Julia, "Do you guys want to grab a beer afterwards?" And they're like, "Nah, but you're welcome to escort us to the lobby." So Julia says, "Hang on a minute." So she says to me, "Oh, I know you guys do notes and stuff and discuss what goes on after the show backstage. Can I come?" And I'm like, "No, that'd be kind of awkward because you're not really a cast member." I'm like, "Yeah, you kind of can't come." And she's like, "Are you gonna complain about me in there? How I made you nervous during the show?" And said, "Oh, absolutely not. But like, to be honest, that was the exact thing I was thinking, that I was gonna go in there and complain about how she made me nervous." And then she's like, "Well, we could grab a beer. Just go out there and tell Emma that it's just gonna be me and you." And I'm like, "Nah, I don't think I want to do that. That's gonna make me pretty nervous." And then she's like, uh, "Would you have preferred to just grab a beer with Emma?" And I'm just like, uh, "Perhaps." So I didn't say perhaps, but I was kind of thinking perhaps. And then she's like, "Well, just grab a beer with me." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to notes. See you later." So I guess the moral of the story is, um, if you're gonna ask a date to a show, probably better off to bring one person. The end.
Daniel, thank you. I realized I was on mute last time. Sorry about that. Anyway, we're back. My name is James, and I am next in line, actually. So I'm going to get started with this. I had a whole thing prepared, almost like a song, to tell about this story, but it's relative to, I think, getting jobs. Let's just think about that. So I'm a trained machinist, and when I was getting ready to switch careers from 19 years old to, say, 24 years old, I decided to become an educator in the public school system. So my dream, I guess, in life, and I am thinking back and remembering, my dream was to have a shop, have a wonderful workshop where things could happen and teenagers could grow and become their true selves. So I finished college and sent out a number of resumes. I'm going to say 80, 90 resumes in 1990. So during that time, there was a recession. I received 2 calls. The first call that I received was from my alma mater, Cupertino High School. If anybody knows anything about Cupertino, it is like a little cherry place to work in the Bay Area. The pay is good, and I was a former student. So I went to the interview, and they told me that it was going to be videotaped, and I'm going to do a short reenactment of the video, and then we'll use our imagination. So the video went something like this. I sat down, I saw the little camera beeping, and there was nobody there whatsoever. So I sat and I waited. There was maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I began looking around. The camera was rolling. Nobody came. I got up, I said, thank you very much. I gave them my resume and I left. My second interview, I said, I got to change this up. I need to step up my game. This was in Illinois. And needless to say, there was no call back from Cupertino, sadly. But the course of the next job really changed my life and shaped my life. I did not have a tie to wear for either interview, and that may be the reason why nobody came to the first interview. But the second interview, I had a power tie. I had borrowed from my dad. It was red, and it had a pattern on it of some kind, little pattern on it. Didn't pay much attention to the pattern, but it turned out that it may have actually got me hired. I sat down and we had the interview. The interview went just fine. And the true sign of a good interview, this was at a middle school, the true sign of a good interview is that usually the person, the principal or somebody will take you around the school, and then, if things go good, they'll ask you and shake your hand and say they'll get back to you real soon. Anyway, as we were ending the tour, he opened the door to the basketball gym and he said, do you coach basketball? And I said, I sure do. I never coached basketball, but he said, come right in. And as I went through the door glanced across my tie, my power tie, as I was walking through the door, and I looked at the principal, Bob, and he looked at me, and we both heard the same sound. There was a tiny little microchip at the bottom of my tie that I did not know about, and it played a Christmas song. It went do 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 do. Had a very shiny nose. It was a little tune, and he looked at me, and I looked at the tie, and I looked back at Bob, and I noticed that on the tie, the pattern was a bunch of tiny little candy canes, striped candy canes. And for the first time, I realized that it was sort of a Christmas tie. And he said, James, you're going to fit right in around here. And he shook my hand and shut the door. And we walked over and signed a contract that year. That was the first year of my whole year of teaching. And that was my bell to stop. Thank you for listening. Let's get on, bring out the next person. John's coming out to follow. John, you there?
I'm here.
All right, John, take it away.
Hi, I'm John, and I have a little story with a poem called Love and the Library. So I want to tell you about how I met a librarian. I was tutoring at the South San Francisco Public Library sometime in 2009. And I met this statuesque red-headed woman who happened to be the librarian there, who answered my question. What the question was, I couldn't tell you. Was it where I could study with my tutoring student? Maybe. Where to find the restroom? Who knows? But I just knew I wanted to be with her, just like Roger Rabbit was with Jessica Rabbit. Don't worry, this isn't a story of how I met your mother or anything like that. But I just thought, wow, I'd really like to meet her. She reminded me of other women who'd been with guys like me in pop culture, such as Wilma Flintstone and Lois Griffin. Anyway, was talking to her and I was like, I noticed that they had an announcement where they were looking for people to put poems into this box that they had. It was National Poetry Month. And so they wanted people to submit original poems. And I knew this was my chance. So I knew I could write a poem to get her attention. And I thought she might even Google the poem to see if she could find if this has been posted online and find the identity of this poet and bibliophile, or at least someone who's a librarian file. So I'm going to recite the poem for you now. The title of this poem, it's very original. It's called Librarian Poem. I want to date a librarian more than a vegetarian. My dog would like her better than the veterinarian. The librarian knows the difference between a liberal and a libertarian. And when I go to the library, it's not just books I'm carrying. The librarian appeals to me just as ganja does to a Rastafarian. She's like a hot fudge sundae that I don't have to put a cherry in. The nice librarian makes this bachelor think of Marion. I don't want to be contrarian. I just want to check out a librarian. And I put it online so my friends could see it. And so at first, turns out I have a friend on Facebook who was a new friend at that time. This is 2009, remember? And she said, well, how do you know that she's not a vegetarian? Some of us are both. And I was like, I don't know, Sarah, because we're in the library and that's the only place I saw her, and you can't eat things in the library. Another friend, Jennifer, said, that's very cute. And then my friend Kelly said, that was horrible. So, then I met her after I published it and submitted the poem. And so I asked her, well, did you see any of the poems or did you read those? She's like, yeah, some of those were very good that they submitted in the little box there. So I asked her about tutoring opportunities, things like that in the South San Francisco. And she said, well, I noticed your business card says San Francisco. There's plenty of jobs in the city. So I figured I might as well go for it. So I just asked, well, what do you like to do when you're at the library? And she said, well, things like hiking with my boyfriend. So poor me. But anyway, I did make some new friends over that, including my friend Estelle, who thought that vegetarian was a better choice than centenarian when I explained why I used it, because I needed something that rhymed with librarian. So I hope you enjoyed my librarian poem. Thank you. Jeff.
Yes, I was waiting for your camera to go off. But hello, everybody. My name is Jeff, and I'm going to tell you a little story that started right in Pan Theater in downtown Oakland. About a month ago, we did a play festival. We got another one coming up in April. Do check that out. We had just finished our final performance, which was our by far and wide our best performance. So we all felt celebratory. We all went out for drinks together. I got into a conversation with someone. Time went by and I completely forgot the fact that I had parked my car in a garage that closes at 1 a.m. I looked at a clock, saw that it was 1:30, and I freaked out. So off I went to check my car. Now, the friend said, hey, if you can't get your car out, you can get a cab at the Marriott. Now, the reason that he had to tell me this is because I'm kind of an oddball and I do not own a cell phone, so I can't call an Uber. Anyway, I went, checked on my car, could not get into the garage. They'd already shut up and gone home. So I head over to the Marriott. A hotel is a great place to get a cab, usually. Not this time. So as I'm approaching the Marriott, I'm looking out front for cabs because that's probably where they would be. I don't see anything. I figure I'll go in and the guy will call me one. So I walk in to the lobby. There's no one there. There's a giant pillar in the middle of the lobby. I don't know why. Maybe it holds the whole hotel up. But so I figured, well, I'll walk towards the desk because that's probably where people are. And sure enough, as I walk towards the desk, out from behind that pillar pops this guy. And he's kind of an odd looking guy. He's a little bit heavy set. He's wearing a not quite fitting blue suit, a little too big for him. He's got shaggy hair down to his shoulders, kind of like me. And he's got really serious facial hair, like the mutton chops that turn into a mustache and the chin is bare. And I'm thinking, okay, this is definitely the night shift guy at the hotel. And he has the little name badge and everything. So he says, "How can I help you, sir?" And I said, "Can you call me a cab?" And he says, "Yes. Oh, absolutely. I can call you. I will call you a cab. I will call you a cab. If you need a cab, I am the man. I will call you a cab. But did you check to see if there was a cab outside? Because there was one there just a few minutes ago." Well, I had looked, but I hadn't looked hard, I guess. And he pointed towards a corner. So I said, "I will go outside and double check. I'll go down to the corner and see if he's still there." He said he should still be there. He was there just a minute ago. He actually followed me out onto the street and said, "Hey, and if he's not there, just come back. I will call you a cab. I will." So I go down to the corner. There's no cab. I come back. I go into the lobby. It's empty, seemingly. But he came out from behind the pillar before. So I walk in. I get a little further in than I did the time before. This time, as he realizes I'm back, he comes out from behind the pillar. "Oh, was there nobody there?" I realized that he was talking to someone behind the pillar. More on that later. And he says, "Oh, was he not there? I'll call you a cab. You want me to call you a cab? Because I will call you a cab. I will call you a cab." But I wouldn't get my hopes up. And I said, what does that mean?" He said, well, where are you going?" And I explained to him where my house was, around the lake and up a hill. And he said, yeah, I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you." I said, "Well, what does that mean?" He said, "Well, they won't come out here. They won't send a cab unless you're going at least as far as the airport." And I said, "What the fuck? Isn't that their job? They're supposed to take people where they want to go." He said, "Yeah, but it's not up to me. I'll call them. I will call them for you. I will call you a cab, sir. But like I said, I wouldn't get my hopes up. I'll go call him right now." And off he goes. Now, while we had that little exchange, I was sort of processing what happened as I came around the pillar. So there's a person there, and he was leaning against the pillar with his hand over her shoulder, and he was saying something like, "Well, look, if you want to make a situation out of it, we can make a situation out of it, but I don't think that's in your best interests." And I'm just sort of processing that, and then realizing that I'm being rude, not looking at this person. So I look. It's a young woman in a very tiny dress and very long legs. And just as the penny drops that, oh, it's a hotel, she's a hooker, I meet her gaze, and she gives me the eyes of death. And I'm just like, oh, okay, sorry, I even looked in your direction, dear. Now, at this point, in through the front door comes a guy carrying a plastic bag with some takeout containers in it. Okay, making a delivery. He heads straight for the elevators. Out of nowhere comes my friend, the hotel guy, running towards the elevators and says, whoa, hold on there, Chief. Where do you think you're going? Nobody goes up in the elevators. And the guy looks at him and gestures to the food, says, "Put it on the shelf right here." He walks him over, takes the food, puts it on the shelf. The food goes here, nobody goes up. The guest will come down and get the food. Okay. So then the delivery driver goes back out. And I happen to notice that he gets in his car, which is right in front of the door, and does not drive away immediately. So my friend, seeing that I'm still standing there, comes over and says, I have the cashier. She's calling you a cab. We are going to get you a cab if we can possibly get you a cab. But, you know, like I said, wouldn't get my hopes up. And he goes back over to the pillar and starts talking to the girl. So I'm standing there, like, trying not to make eye contact with the girl, trying not to be eavesdropping on whatever conversation they're having. And suddenly it occurs to me that sitting out in his car is this delivery driver. So I'm like, I'm gonna go talk to him, see if I can persuade him to drive me home. So I look over to the guy and I say, I'm gonna try the delivery driver. And he goes, good idea. So out I go. Here's this guy sitting in his car, looking on his phone. I walk around to the driver's side, knock gently on his window, because I realize this is an odd thing. This is intrusive into his life. But he looks at me and he cracks the window down about an inch. And I said, you're a delivery driver, right? I need to get home and there are no taxis. Can I pay you to drive me home? And he looks at me and then he says, no inglés. And I'm like, well, okay. Mrs. Schwartz, 9th grade Spanish. Let me see what I can dredge up. So, mi casa, yo vamos, yo voy a mi casa. Yeah, yo quiero voy a mi casa. You drive? And he's looking at me with this funny look, and I know it must have been hilarious to him. And he says, ¿Dónde? And I tried to sort of explain where it was, but he got his phone off of the desk mount, played around with it to set it up for me, and he handed me his phone out through the crack in the window. Now that was a huge act of trust on his part, and I realized that instantly. And I thought, okay, this is looking good for me because he's trusting me with his phone. So I typed my address in, hand it back to him. He, does what he needs to do to get it to search. He looks at it and he says, yeah, okay. And I'm like, oh, great. Now, only then, of course, does it occur to me that I have essentially no cash in my pocket, in my wallet. I have like $1. So I said, cuánto? Because I figured we could go to an ATM. I could get money. I just didn't have the money. But then I'd have to explain to him how to find an ATM and all of that. But he just looks at me and he starts rattling off something in Spanish that's way too fast and, way out of my league, right? Blah, 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 blah. But then he ends that with mi corazón. And I'm like, that's good. That's good. That's like he ended with out of the goodness of my heart or something like that. So I looked at him and I said, I have no idea what you just said, except I think you're saying you'll take me for free. Gracias, muchas gracias. I go around, I get in the car. He drives me home. He drives me right to my front door. As I'm gracias. And I'm getting out of the car. He looks at me and you could see he was working a little bit to pull this up. And he goes, good luck. And he puts his hand up for a high five, and I high-fived him, and then we fist bumped, and I was home safe and sound. And the moral of that story is most people are good. Most people want to help you if you need help. You really can. you really, really can trust people. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sarah. It was the third month in a row of bleeding for 3 weeks straight when I finally realized this isn't normal. My gynecologist said bleeding for 3 weeks straight is normal in perimenopause. Okay, but is it normal in perimenopause to be exhausted, disoriented, sleepless, irritable, restless, discontented, convinced that I'm possessed by the devil, and unsure why I'm in the grocery store again? Yes, said my gynecologist. So I didn't bother asking her about the trapezoid. I didn't bother asking my gynecologist about the steel trapezoid shape, like a pyramid, but with its head chopped off, compressing my lungs from the inside, sitting on my chest, squeezing light, my light, bending and twisting and swallowing it through space and time, choking me. I didn't bother asking her about the trapezoid because I knew that wasn't normal. I'm at the grocery store, still bleeding, and I can't remember why I'm here again. So I just start collecting all the things I normally get at the grocery store. I walk past all the prepared food that I don't have an appetite for anymore. Fried chicken, mac and cheese, stromboli. Wow, stromboli. And as I stand in front of the garbanzo beans, I'm pretty sure I don't need any garbanzo beans. And all I really want to do is just take a nap. Just lie down, use a 12-pack of La Croix as a pillow. 30 minutes, an hour tops. No one would mind, would they? I didn't wind up taking a nap in the canned vegetable aisle, but I did call my friend Jenny. Jenny is very woo, and it's really good to have a woo friend to call when an existential geometric shape is crushing you. Jenny told me to come over right away. Can you feel the trapezoid now, Sarah? Yes, it's very heavy. It's giving me a migraine, and I'm having trouble breathing. Okay, here's what we're going to do. You close your eyes. I'm going to talk to the trapezoid. You let me know if it can answer, okay? Okay, here we go. I'm talking to the trapezoid now. What can you tell me about yourself? Well, I'm a big cold steel thing. Hey, and I'm not hollow, all right? I'm filled with dark matter. I'm heavy. Okay. Sarah says that she can feel you sitting on her chest, compressing her lungs. Who put you there? No one put me here, honey. Well, how long have you been there? Ooh, feels pretty eternal over here. Well, is there anything that you want Sarah to know? Sweetheart, this isn't about Sarah, okay? That thing that you like to call the God-sized hole, it's not in you. It's all around you. Chaos, confusion, 2 + 2 = 5. Hell. That's me. That's it. Okay, thank you. Sarah? I can't help you with this. I think what you have is called a major soul loss. You're gonna need a shaman. I considered asking my gynecologist if it's normal in perimenopause to sustain a major soul loss. So I sent her an email. I immediately got back an out of office reply. My therapist said it's just depression. Depression, depress, something pressing me down, holding me under, like I'm squished at the bottom of a glass bottom boat. I can't move, but I can see for hundreds of miles straight down. Like looking down an open elevator shaft. Or straight down off the side of the Golden Gate Bridge. I found a shaman. Brenda, in San Leandro. God bless the Bay Area. Brenda. She was nice, normal. Her long gray hair pulled back in a ponytail, flip-flops and an oversized t-shirt that proclaimed, "We got the beat." We sat outside on plastic lawn chairs while Brenda's cat cleaned itself in the sunshine. She explained how the ritual was going to work. She was going to pull all of the poison energy out of me and return it to the earth. But before she even got up out of her chair to come over to me, I could feel the trapezoid wasn't in me anymore. It was outside me now, trapped inside of a pyramid. A golden pyramid with the eye on top and everything, like the one on the back of the dollar bill. When you spin a quarter really fast on its edge, you can see both sides at the same time. I can see the trapezoid and the pyramid, both here to teach me something. The trapezoid is here to teach me how to sit with my deepest fears without giving into them. And the pyramid, so far all she says is, "You're worth millions and millions and millions." My therapist said that my hormones just needed to rebalance. My gynecologist agrees. And my therapist added that 1/3 of everyone on the planet right now is dealing with major clinical depression as a result of the lockdowns. Brenda and Jenny said that I reclaimed my own soul just by asking for help. The trapezoid and the pyramid agree. Absolutely anything is possible. And hey, kid, there's no such thing as normal.
Moving, storytelling, improv, and more at Pan Theater. Excellent, excellent. Let's get everybody out to take a little bow after that. We're going to head into, I believe we have a little bit extra time. Come on out, everybody. Wonderful job. That was excellent. Thank you. The next thing we're going to head into is a short little montage. We're going to head into some uncharted areas. What a montage is, it's a series of small short vignettes or scenes revolving around a theme. So what we'd like to do is maybe get into that right away. If we could have some sort of a theme suggestion, a theme, danger. Oh, you know what? Danger. I'm going right with danger because you can't go wrong with danger in my book. Hey, Pan Theater, in our 21st year, we're going off a montage revolving around danger. Let's hit it, crew.
I don't know. It says on this package of green beans that I was supposed to use it for best results by November of 2021. But I want to have some green beans.
They say have the green beans.
You think it's okay? I mean, that's like almost a year older.
No,
Canned
don't do it.
food.
Don't do it.
Why? What's gonna happen if I eat it? You think it's gonna?
Canned food lasts forever.
Hey, we're not going to last forever in here. We're not going to last forever. Ooh,
Let them out.
ooh,
Oh,
ooh.
do you want to
That's
get
a terrible
out?
idea. Don't
I
do
wanna
it.
get
Don't do
out.
it.
Yes, let me out.
They love you. They want to get
Oh,
eaten.
I could just open the can and see if you guys are okay, I guess.
You take a smell.
Hey.
Take a smell.
Well, they smell like the can mostly. They're
That's
green.
a bad sign. That's a terrible sign.
I don't know.
Don't waste food. Your mom always said, don't waste food.
That's true. Yeah.
Eat me.
So listen, Jack, we have no food in our pantry.
Oh, I know we have no food in our pantry. I
So
think
are
we both-
you, I'm going to give you some money and I need you to go get some food. Okay?
Okay, I'm gonna go get some food.
But
just-
don't buy any silly stuff from that magical goose. Okay? Don't do it.
Oh, okay. I won't do it if the goose doesn't tempt me. But the goose is awesome. In fact, I think we should say hi to the magical goose.
Okay, if you want a relationship with that goose, it's okay, but don't give it our money. Do you understand? That's for our food.
I understand that it's for the food and I won't give it our money. Okay, you got it.
Okay. So you can talk to that goose, but don't give it our money, okay?
Cool. Got
Forward
it.
to the market with the goose.
Honk.
Hey, how are you?
Honk.
Honk. Hey, Goosey.
Honk.
Honk. Honk. Gua, gua, ma, ma, gua, honk.
Look at my egg.
Wow. That is the best egg I've ever seen. That's amazing.
can't have
I
it.
love it.
Honk.
I can't have your egg. I love your egg.
No. Honk.
Hey, I know I'm not supposed to do this, but you like money?
Honk.
$5 for your beautiful egg.
Honk.
Jack, you're not giving that goose our money, are you?
I'm not giving the goose money. No. No.
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious.
He's dead serious.
It's dead serious, huh?
I don't joke around.
He doesn't joke around.
Then what is this? This is a low ball. This is, come on. You're trying to offer me
50 bucks for the car. 50 bucks for the car.
come on. The tires alone are worth that.
Take it or leave it. You take it or leave it.
Look, I know you're
Take it or
trying to
leave
be
it.
you're trying to be a tough guy, but come on.
Okay, you want to leave it?
You know what? Fine. Just I'm gonna talk to your wife.
What's
This is-
my wife got to do with it?
Look, I know you need a car so you can take your wife to the therapy, the physical therapy, and
Yeah.
but
50 bucks.
Billy, you're breaking my balls. Come on. I mean, I've always helped you out. You can't.
Take it or leave it. You don't want it, you don't take it.
Hey, Billy, let's go. Screw this guy. He ain't serious
Yeah.
about selling the
Fine.
car.
Yeah,
Let's go.
He doesn't want to sell the car. He's just pulling our legs.
Yeah, okay. Just call me back when you're serious, okay?
Let's go. Bart.
Hello.
Hello. I would like to know more about you. I'm in real trouble with home because I gave my money to the magic goose.
Ah, it's a rookie mistake. You dealt directly with the goose, huh?
Yeah, I did.
You need to get yourself a goose agent, okay? That's, you want someone to, whenever you're dealing with the goose that understands English, you're already dealing with somebody who's a fairly sophisticated person. So
Welcome to Priscilla's Pantry. All the best preppers come here to Priscilla's Pantry. Everything you could ever need. What do you need for the prep? What do you need?
I want to make banana walnut bread.
Okay, banana walnut bread to last for 50 years. I got everything you need
50 years?
for your prepper pantry. You got it.
Wow. Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So,
I have the bananas.
okay, fantastic. You can freeze those for up to 50 years.
Yeah, great. I thought we would make the bread first. Freeze the bread.
At the pantry, you can get all the supplies you need for your prepper pantry. Survive any nuclear fallout.
Are you a bot?
I'm just Priscilla.
Okay. Well, I had a question about the walnut stuff.
Just a moment, please. Priscilla's Pantry, how can I help you?
hi, listen, I was looking for some preservatives for pepperoni pizza and
Absolutely.
great, excellent. So is it mostly salt or is it
100% salt.
100%?
That's how we keep the pepperoni to last for up to 50 years at room temperature.
That's
Here you
wonderful.
go.
Thank you so much.
Priscilla's Pantry, all your needs for the after.
Hello,
all the
Priscilla.
fallout.
I am not comfortable talking on the video, but I understand you do carry a wide range of ammo and man traps.
Absolutely. I'm collecting all your data and scraping it all for my benefit. Here's your ammo.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Priscilla.
Priscilla's Pantry.
I'm looking for some lead foil.
Lead foil.
Lead
Great
foil.
choice. Keep yourself safe from the windows and the doors and the roof.
I'll take 3 rolls.
Here you go. It's real poisonous. Try not to chew on it too long.
Oh, chew. Would never.
Priscilla's Pantry.
boy, am I in trouble. Whatever I do, it's always a mistake, whether it's talking to a goose, hiring a goose agent. You know, I got an MBA at Harvard and a law degree at Stanford, but I guess when it comes to common sense, they don't teach that in school. They don't teach how to not make stupid mistakes.
You're the goose guy?
Yeah, I'm the goose guy.
Yeah, you're dealing with this local goose, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay. I got your back, okay? Okay?
okay.
Never wave your money in front of the goose. Never, because they just snatch and they're gone.
I know that. They're just very persuasive.
Yeah, well, see, that's why you got me, right? You get me to talk to the goose and I talk to you. Yeah. What did you sell to the goose?
I bought an egg from the goose.
Oh, you bought. Oh, you bought an egg. What color was it?
It was
Is that
the
it? Is
green.
that it?
Yes, right
That's
here.
it. That's it there. Yeah. How much did she take you for?
$5, and then I
$5.
gave her $500 for her special magic goose accessories last week.
$500 last week, but this is the egg from today. Yeah.
Yes.
$5. Well, you know, these green ones. Yeah. These green ones, you don't want this. You don't want this. You don't want to bring this in your house. These green ones.
I know.
Not a good sign. Not a good sign. Look, here, I'll give you your $5 and I'll take the egg.
Thank you. I just thought from green eggs and ham, green, it would mean good luck.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
Oh my God. They've got a green egg. I think this is one of the jade eggs. I better not tell anybody I have this.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh
my
my.
God.
Oh my God.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Oh
Is it a
my
green
God.
egg?
It's a green egg.
Oh my God.
I think it's a special jade egg.
A jade egg.
A jade egg.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so rare.
Oh my God.
Oh my.
Oh, maybe my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Jade egg.
Jade egg.
Egg.
They're so rare.
They're so rare.
You know, OSHA is a very important institution. I'm talking about safety measures that cover the work. Excuse me. Yes, sir.
I heard you were talking about OSHA.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, safety is important, all right.
Well, I was just getting into it. You know, on this work site in particular, I was mentioning, I was just talking to myself actually. We're having a seminar. These ditches, everything needs to be reinforced, but I'm going to tell you something. Without this institution, and I'm sure you know you have a card, you're a card carrying OSHA guy yourself. We would be in deep, you know what?
Yeah.
Your name, Bob? Bobby?
I'm Bob. Yeah, Bob.
All right, I can call you Bobby.
Sure, if you like.
All right, Bobby.
So how does this figure into the egg situation here? I mean, we've got some eggs. They're of undetermined age, and I'm just worried if they're too old, there might be a hydrogen sulfide leak. And how do we know?
Notice the smell is what you're saying.
Yeah, there might be
rotten egg smell.
I think a little bit.
That is a sure sign of, you know what? Coincidentally, a gas leak.
Huh.
You're gonna have to cap that thing off somehow. Put it in a box, get rid of it. Do not let that gas smell out. You could be big danger. Excuse me, I have another call, Bobby, Billy.
Okay.
Bob, I gotta go.
Bob, that's great.
I'm a very, very busy guy.
All right.
OSHA's nothing but a pain in the ass. Come around and tell us our ladders are too short or too long, or I don't even know what they're talking about half the time. We got a fire extinguisher. What more do they want?
Well, God damn it, this room is freezing cold. We need to fix the heat in here. That's why we need OSHA here, man.
Well, I'm trying to fix the heat and I can't do it because OSHA says I can't.
Well, OSHA's full of crap, and I gotta wear my ski cap, and I gotta wear my gloves and my scarf. It's fucking 40 degrees in this room. How can we work like this?
I know. I got $400 worth of citations already.
God damn it.
And you're the client. You know, you're the client. You're paying them.
Oh, God, I'm so cold.
It is freezing in here. Now,
attention, this is OSHA. Attention, this is OSHA. We are going to have to evacuate the workplace and wrap it up for the day. We've got toxic chemicals everywhere, and rolling down the window ain't just going to solve this one, cowboys.
Well, for once, you're doing the right thing.
Always sticking their oar in where nobody wants it.
Well, I believe that's our show for tonight, everybody. You know, you never know when you're going to need extra safety measures, and it is a dangerous world out there. Hey, Pan Theater, come on out, folks. Come on out and join us. Again, I'd like to welcome you and thank you. We are going to have auditions this whole month. We also have a quick little thing that is called Improv 101, and we'd love for you to stop by our theater, pantheater.com. Look it up for directions. Thank you for joining us for special show number 233 online. That's amazing. My name is James.
I'm Jeff.
I'm John.
I'm Daniel.
Sarah.
I'm Lori.
Tonight's show was sponsored by OSHA.
Your safety is our business.
They're a bunch of good eggs.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Have a great evening.
Everybody.
Enjoy your weekend.
All right. See ya. Do, 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 do.